How has the situation been this morning, and has the meeting actually begun?
Well, thanks for joining us here in Njhakanjhaka, where this meeting is underway at this hall behind us. It's been about 2 hours that the meeting has been ongoing. More than 2 hours ago, we saw Cooperative Governance Minister Rooyen arriving, accompanied or joined by a State Security Minister David Mahlobo and a delegation of local leaders as well. At the moment, they are meeting some of the locals as well as people or representatives from the Batsonga Royal House. Here I'm speaking about people like King Minga, King Nwamitwa, as well as King Magona. As you know, that the Batsonga kings have raised concerns about the latest spate of violence that has gripped this area. You'll recall that it's now a week that since this violence has started, that has resulted in the torching of more than 23 schools in the area. It's been very tense over the past week. Fortunate enough, no one has been injured or killed, and we also know that police are maintaining a very strong presence. Even as I speak to you right now, there's a large police deployment here. We also understand that the police minister is going to be coming through here to come and join this meeting, and later on they will be moving on to Vuwani to speak to other stakeholders as well, Pearl.
Njanji, I understand that some arrests have been made now. Have the police brought any charges against these suspects?
Yes, obviously these people have been charged with arson as well as public violence. You'll recall that the schools that have been banned, now the communities have to sit down and see how money is going to be raised to try and rebuild those schools. And here we're talking about areas that were already disadvantaged. I mean, some of the schools, it's just 2 or 3 or 4 classrooms, and the rest of the children have to get their education under trees. So these are education facilities that were already experiencing challenges. Even this morning, as we were coming through to come and attend this meeting, some of the roads remain barricaded. It remains very tense but calm. And with some of the top politicians here on the ground, they hope that a resolution will be found. As you know, that we are now heading towards that local government election in August. So it's very important that this matter is resolved as a matter of urgency.
Speaking of a resolution, Njanji, what would the best way forward be in as far as school children obviously not being able to go to school because some of the buildings have been burned down, and obviously as far as the incorporation of the residents into a new municipality? How do you expect the meeting to find solutions as far as moving forward from this point on?
I think here is just a question of leadership. The various leaders from the two communities, they have to show their leadership mantle, in terms of resolving this matter in a very amicable way. We know that the Batsonga as well as the Vavenda people have been living side by side for many years. So many people are asking the questions as to why now? Why are these tensions suddenly flaring up? Are there instigators? Are there people that are behind this violence or these tensions for economic or political reasons? We know that state security is also on the ground, so it's just a question of gathering more intelligence to try and nip this problem in the bud. But in terms of the children, obviously their futures are going to be affected. With these schools having been destroyed, we don't know whether they're going to set up temporary structures. The basic education minister was here a few days ago. She met with the Vavenda king King Tony Ramabulana. So it remains to be seen what type of interventions are going to be implemented in ensuring that the education of the children is not disrupted. We're already sitting at May month, so almost halfway through the year. So it's important that those schools are either rebuilt as a matter of urgency, or temporary structures have to be set up to allow the children to proceed with their education.
That was our reporter Njanji Chauke giving us a quick update as far as that meeting that is being held in Vuwani, as far as the situation that has transpired in the past week. The Ministers of Co-operative Governance, Human Settlements and Traditional Affairs are also in that meeting, as well as traditional leaders from the area, trying to find a way forward. Njanji says the situation at the moment has been calm, with a heavy police presence in the area, and so we'll be keeping you updated as far as the developments of that story.